All right, what's up guys? My name's Stephen Woodani, 5 Tool Sports Science. We're gonna do a breakdown of Danny Torrealba. Pretty sick name, by the way, Danny. That's cool. A couple things. One, I lost all of my Instagram requests. So if you send in videos, to get a breakdown, I don't get to those right away. Sometimes they can get deleted. Instagram deleted them. So if you send in a video, go ahead and resend it again because I probably lost it. That being said, I saved this one. This is Danny Torrealba. So let's get started with his breakdown. Oh, if you want a breakdown, send in video, give me a horizontal shot, send it in. I'll do a video breakdown for free. See, you guys seem to be enjoying these, so I'll try to keep it up as much as I can. And let's get started. Danny, let's get you into leg lift here, buddy. All right. Oh, come on. Okay, into leg lift. Pretty good job of keeping your weight inside drive leg. Let's see how you're loading down. It's not bad. I think you still definitely could do a better job of, out of leg lift, riding your momentum, but you're doing a really good job of holding origin. All right, your inflection of the ankle, the knee, and the hip. You're getting your shoulders counter rotated. You're starting to horizontally abduct that shoulder. And you're keeping your front side closed, all right? So I like all of this so far. Let's go forward a little bit. All right, one more frame. All right, so at this position, we gotta get you to start powering out of that backside, which it looks like you're trying to do here. It looks like you're trying to get out of that backside, but you're really just going into extension, but you're really not rotating this back hip. So I can't really tell, but it looks like you're about to be hitting front foot strike here. Oh no, that was way off. Kind of the quality of the video here. Let's go to where you're hitting front foot. Boom, right there. Go back a frame. Hey, there it is, okay. So you kind of just got extension, like linear, you got a little bit of a linear push off, but your hip is not internally rotating, all right? So your pelvis isn't being powered open, which is gonna start the kinematic sequence. So when we're looking at that back leg drive, we're looking at angular velocity through this hip, which is gonna be the rotation of this hip, that internal rotation of the hip, rotating. And then there's linear velocity of the hip, which is the hip, traveling towards home plate, that linear push towards home plate. You're getting a little bit of that linear push, it looks like. You could definitely optimize it more, but you're really not getting any of that internal rotation, any of that angular velocity to get that pelvis to power open. That can be mobility issue, that can be hip internal rotation issues, that can be hip extension issues, that can be a number of those mobility issues, it can be a power issue. All of those type of things. We would need to do an assessment to get an understanding with what's going on there. But the biggest thing, it kind of looks like you're starting to pull this glove side. It looks like you're decently closed, but this is just killing you. That's killing your hip to shoulder separation. You're not getting good separation because the pelvis is not being powered through. Let's see what happens next. Let's go through shoulder rotation. Okay. So, one more frame back. You are definitely going to get a little bit early trunk tilt here, and you're going to start dragging the arm, it looks like. So your trunk is tilting a little bit too far forward. You'd want to try to keep your chin behind belt buckle. All right, you're getting a little too far over your front side there. As you start to go into trunk rotation, you're definitely starting to drag that arm. So you're creating a little bit of hyperangulation. That can be hard on the shoulder, that can be hard on the arm. The other thing is when you see this back leg kind of start to suck in like that, usually that's because when you're hitting front foot strike and your pelvis is that close, your front leg, okay, this front leg is going to block your pelvis rotation. So if we go back, let me pop that back, we go back a tiny bit. When you're hitting front foot strike here, your pelvis, you can't really see in this, but your pelvis is closed, okay, and your front leg is blocking it, and then your back leg sucks up because you're stopping your pelvic rotation from getting that hip to open up all the way through. All right, so it's just late pelvis rotation. All right, so there it is. Back leg is kind of sucking in like that. Looks like you get good external rotation in your throwing arm. Looks like you get a, looks like you're leading with the trunk as that arm is laying back. I like that. And it even looks like you're getting some kickback from that front leg, all right? And some forward trunk tilt. So let's see how you finish out here. Oh, we are not going to see where that ball is released. Somewhere in there. All right. Pretty good job. I think what you do really well is you get a good front leg and you get good forward trunk tilt. You said you're like 6'2", like 200 pounds. So you got good size, and it looks like you got really good length, man. You got like long arms. Looks like you got some pretty long legs. So that really helps with your leverage. You know, I think you do pretty good with the front leg and with the trunk. Big things that you're going to need to work on definitely in that back leg. I think you do a really good job of initially loading this back leg and staying in a good, you know, flexion of the hip, knee, and ankle. Now you got to start learning how to power and drive yourself out of that position and get that pelvis to open up so you can create more hip to shoulder separation. All right, you're definitely just getting a little bit of push, and then you're just getting your trunk too far forward, early trunk tilting. So keeping your weight back, powering out of that pelvis, creating more energy through that kinematic sequence. Camera died on me, but yes, creating more energy through that kinematic sequence. Those are going to be the big keys for you, man. It's really just that back leg. So I hope that helps, Danny. You know, you do a lot of things really well. You got great size. Yeah, man, I think you got a lot you can improve on the back leg, but just keep working at it, man. It's just for you that you're that rare case of a guy who needs to get better at getting rotation out of the back leg. There's a lot of guys that are really good at rotating that don't create the linear. You actually create the linear. You have a pretty good stride length. It looks like you're pushing out your backside. You just got to get that pelvis rotating more so you can create more of that separation and start transferring that energy better from the backside up the chain. And then, like I said, really good job with your front leg, really good job with your trunk. Fixing that back leg is going to clean up that arm drag and it'll get you going harder and healthier. So I hope that helps, man.